This article comes from a Libertarian Future, a libertarian news journalist site. I am not employed or associated with a Libertarian Future. I don't have permission to do this, so upon request I will quit making videos about news from a Libertarian Future. I just want to showcase some good or alternative journalism. 20% of Americans live in a state with legal pot. Before this election, 4 states had legalized recreational marijuana: Colorado, Washington, Oregon, and Alaska. 4 states is a lot, but only about 5% of the population in the United States lives in those states. That's why it was such a big deal for legalization to appear on the ballot in California, where 1 in 12 Americans live. Recreational marijuana legislation was also on the ballot in Nevada, Massachusetts, Maine, and Arizona. The propositions passed in every state except Arizona. Now 1 in 5 Americans lives in a state with legal recreational marijuana. This is a massive step towards ending the war on drugs. It's not hard to find a parallel with this mixed legality in the United States. Few things are legal for so many people, yet illegal for so many others. The natural corollary is gay marriage, which spent decades in the courts. Nationwide status took over 20 years, from the first court decision in 1993, when the Hawaii Supreme Court ruled in Baehr versus Lewin that the prohibition of gay marriage was unconstitutional. From there, legal challenges picked off a few states every few years, and eventually 38 had legalized it by 2015. The Supreme Court finally ruled gay marriage legal nationwide in Obergefell versus Hodges. Marijuana legalization has taken a similar but far more dramatic path towards its current status. Instead of judges overturning laws and citizens-backed initiatives, the people themselves are circumventing legislators to legalize marijuana. California led the way by legalizing medical marijuana by ballot proposition in 1996. 2 decades later, 29 states have legalized medical marijuana, including 4 just this year: Florida, North Dakota, Arkansas, and Montana. 8 states have now legalized recreational marijuana, with 4 passing in this year as well: California, Nevada, Massachusetts, and Maine. Only 5 states have no form of either medical or recreational marijuana. 96% of the United States population lives in a state with some form of legal marijuana. It's time for the federal government to address that. Currently, federal law still considers marijuana a Class 1 narcotic with no medical value. Transportation, sale, and consumption are all still prohibited. This inequity between state and federal law will have to be remedied. At the very least, marijuana will have to be rescheduled so that proper medical research can begin. Ideally, marijuana will be descheduled, and laws governing its possession, sale, and transportation will be left up to the states, as it always should have been. Many have speculated that President Obama will make some sort of push towards reforming marijuana laws in his last months. He has nothing to lose by doing so, and potentially millions of voters to gain with a stroke of his pen. He could reschedule or deschedule marijuana. It's high time, pun intended, that President Obama did so. The public has spoken. It's only a matter of time before marijuana is legalized nationwide, and there is no reason to wait.